Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, Pinoy Service. Who needs to be covered by employment insurance? Will the employer be penalized if he fails to insure the worker? 1. Purpose of employment insurance. Employment insurance is a system in which the government strives to improve labor employment skills, promote employment, and provide vocational training, unemployment, and a system to subsidize part of the income loss during periods of unemployment and childcare leave without pay. Combining the above purposes, the government has launched a series of social benefits for employment insurance, as follows. 1. Unemployment benefits. Allow workers to maintain basic livelihoods when they encounter involuntary turnover. 2. Vocational training living allowance. Allow people with involuntary resignation or certain identities, such as those who are the sole breadwinners and victims of domestic violence, to receive subsidies while improving their job skills after receiving vocational training successfully recommended by employment service agencies. 3. Early employment incentives and subsidies. Encourage the unemployed to actively look for work and avoid excessive dependence. 4. National health insurance premiums. Subsidies are provided for the unemployed who are withdrawn from insurance after involuntary resignation, and their dependents who participate in health insurance. 5. Subsidy for childcare leave without pay. To make up for the lack of salary income of employees during the period of childcare leave without pay. 2. Who needs to be insured for employment insurance? According to the employment insurance law and the interpretation of the Ministry of Labour of the competent authority, it can be roughly divided into two situations, which are insured in principle and not covered in exceptions. 1. Principles should be guaranteed. In principle, if the following conditions are met, the employer or its institution shall insure the laborer. 1. Employed workers of their own nationality aged between 15 and 65 years old. Because they are native nationality, employed workers. Employers themselves cannot participate in employment insurance. And foreigners, such as foreign teachers in language cram schools, cannot participate in principle. 2. Aged between 15 and 65 years old, married to a national with a household registration in the Republic of China, and a spouse of a foreign nationality, mainland China or Hong Kong and Macau who is allowed to reside. 2. Exceptions do not guarantee. There are several situations where people who meet the above conditions are not eligible to participate in employment insurance. 1. According to the law, you should participate in public and educational personnel insurance or military insurance. Legislators believe that the public insurance and military insurance that these ethnic groups should insure are sufficient to guarantee their economic and living security when they face unemployment, while the military insurance part, there may be retirement benefit. 2. Has received labor insurance old age benefits or civil servants insurance old age benefits. The Ministry of Labour believes that this group of people who have received old age benefits or old age benefits already have old age benefits and old age benefits that can take care of their retirement life, based on the consideration of non-duplicated social insurance coverage. They cannot in principle apply for employment insurance. However, in some cases, even if they have received old age or old age benefits, they can still participate in employment insurance. For example, employees who are retained after the transfer of public institutions to private enterprises. The Ministry of Labour, formerly the Labour Council, believes that they are in order to cooperate with the government. The policy changes the status of the insured, and continues to work in the same institution after the switch, not a retired retiree. So even though he has received public insurance benefits, he can still continue to participate in the insurance. 3. The employer or organization of the employee has one of the following two conditions. 1. Exemption from registration according to law plus no tax assessment. 2. Registration is exempted according to the law plus ticket purchase certificate without unified invoice. The workplaces of these ethnic groups are uncertain, and the employment relationship and employer status are relatively unclear, and it is difficult to identify employment or unemployment, so they are not included in the insurance objects. For example, mobile vendors selling along the street are small-scale business operators who do not need to apply for business registration or business tax registration. Employment insurance is not required for employees when tickets are purchased. 3. Penalties for employers failing to insure workers. According to the penalty chapter of the employment insurance law, if the employer fails to insure the worker on time, in addition to having to compensate the worker for the loss, for example, not receiving unemployment benefits. The employer will also face the time from the date of employment to the date of insurance application. 1 day, or until the employee resigns, a penalty of 10 times the premium amount to be borne. In addition, the fines have been notified by the Labor Insurance Bureau to pay within a time limit. And those who fail to pay by the deadline will be transferred to enforce according to law. As a side note, readers are reminded that in practice, if the employer has already insured the labor insurance for the laborer, the Bureau of Labor Insurance will automatically include the laborer in the status of employment insurance. Therefore, in principle, the employer does not need to apply for additional insurance. Employers still have to take the initiative to purchase employment insurance. 4. Summary. To sum up, the main purpose of the employment insurance system is to use the support of social insurance payments to enable involuntary resignation or special status workers to survive the unemployment period and improve their skills. Or employees who need to raise babies can maintain their lives. Workers are eligible for insurance, and employers or their organizations should actually take out the insurance on schedule. Not only to avoid penalties, but also to allow the social safety net to play a role when needed to protect the livelihood of the insured. Working safely, Pinoy Service, care about you.